I'm Sarah Bruce and welcome to EHI TV. Today EHI TV is brought to you from the BCS Health Conference at the Glasgow Science Centre in Scotland. I'm about to catch up with Alan Hyslop, who works for the Scottish Government and is the eHealth lead on strategy, to talk about Scotland's eHealth strategy from 2011 to 2014.
Clearly the strategy will be determined by budget. What our working assumption is that we will be working with less money, and because of that, one of the things we're going to be doing is looking to make savings from areas of existing business as usual kind of spend, so as to at least do all we can to make sure that there is some money for fresh investment. And we feel we now have a pretty powerful suite of products and applications, and therefore our thinking at the moment is that the focus of our next strategy should be on exploiting these, getting them implemented, getting clinicians getting the benefit from them, rather than going into new large procurements. eHealth needs to do its bit to try and help the service make up for cuts they might have by exploiting IT to make business processes more efficient and effective. And so we expect to be able to do more of what we're doing this year, which is give boards money on the back of proposals to invest in things that will realise real savings. An example might be digital dictation or voice recognition or more scanning of documents and all the rest of it. Answer care summary first. As ever, we're taking that quite cautiously. It has got to a point of being, I think, embedded in the daily working practices of a lot of out-of-hours clinicians, so it's accessed something like 50,000 times a week. We've started, there's quite a list really of possible extensions and enhancements. One that's definitely underway is adding in the the electronic palliative care summary. So I think there's more 200 odd GP practices have got that live now. One of the most interesting things though is that we've got a trial underway in one health board of emergency care summary being used in scheduled care settings, notably arranged admissions and outpatients. Like with everything we do around ECS, there'll be a heavy kind of emphasis on evaluation as we do that. So, for example, really quite simple stuff but powerful. When a ward pharmacist, with the patient's consent, looks up their ECS record as part of medicines reconciliation and discovers something useful, we asked them to write that down, and we're assembling really quite a database of rich stories. Clinical portal. The current strategy should kind of see the end of the beginning of that. We should know what the future direction is. We kind of doubt that it will be one single clinical portal for all of Scotland. So we've got regional boards collaborating on how they best think they should get ahead. And we'd imagine that, as ever, funds willing, the next few years should be about further implementation and rollout of that, because it's powerful stuff. Everyone seems to agree that if you can get it right and you get the information government stuff and all the rest of it right, this is very good stuff to do. PMS is another one, I guess, is at the end of the beginning. The procurement's finished, contracts signed. The next difficult bit, I think, is now also finished, which is the 5 different health boards agreeing on a so-called Scottish Foundation version. And I think next month the first of those boards is due to go live, followed by, in 2 or 3 months, the next one. So that's going to be a major thing for these boards over the next, we'll say, 3 years, migrating from all their existing PASs not only to the administrative bits of PMS, but crucially to start switching on the clinical bits, the test requesting, the information recording forms and all the rest of it. So I think these boards are going to be head down for the next 3 or 4 years exploiting that tool. What we think is working for us, which is a very collaborative approach between the centre and the health boards, so that we address things through firstly consensus and secondly through them as far as possible running with things that we commission them to do. So we hope that by this method we get things that everyone agrees should be done, being done by the right people, with the support of any national funding we can come up with, and obviously also fitting in with the national strategy.